Maplewood Park and Rec Commission meeting of April 21st, 2021. Audra, can you put the camera on each person to do roll call?
I can't, but what you could do is just call out names since we have everyone here and then they can just answer.
Okay.
Or I can announce names. I could say Kimmy Porter.
Here.
Okay. Terry Millette.
Here.
Craig Brannon.
Here.
Karen Papa. Oh, you're muted. Sorry. Karen, you're muted. Oh. There we go.
Here.
All right, perfect. We have all 5 of you, so.
And Dorothy Molstad is here.
Oh, and Dorothy, of course, yes.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
The second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
I think we'll give that second to Kimmy. It was a tie, but we'll give it to Kimmy for the second.
Yeah.
Maybe when you say your name and then that you're approving.
Yep.
And then we can sort out who got it first.
Sure.
Need approval of the February 17th minutes. Those were attached to your email.
Move. So move.
Carrie seconds.
Commissioner
Terry
Brannon moved, yep. And
Any discussion? If
No.
not, we'll call the question. All those in favor of approving February 17th, 2021 meeting, say aye.
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 Thank you. Is there any new business?
No.
We have unfinished business, our goals for 2021.
yes,
Is
we
it
do.
2020?
Yeah, 2021 goals. Yes, we
Okay. Audra has sent those out, kind of cleaned them up, and I think organized what we talked about the last time we were together.
and
Does
I
anybody
can-
have any comments or additions or corrections?
And would you like me to put them up on the screen just so we can go over them so people at home can see?
Sure.
Sure. All right. I'm gonna share my screen here in just a second. All right. Can you see the goals?
Yep.
Okay.
They're there, but
Yep.
they're so tiny.
Yeah.
Pretty small. I'll try to.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So what I did just to refresh is we started the goal process in February, and then we didn't have a quorum for March, so it was put on hold, but it was discussing the goals and then kind of circling back and taking your comments, and we had a lot of good discussion. And then I took what I thought the commission had directed me to do, and I typed those up in this attachment here. So this is just a draft, but this would be our last time to go over them. And then any tweaks for tonight, we'll have to just make a motion to add, just to add that and accept as is if we make any changes, so we don't have to come back again. So we would just, any language, we would just take a motion to add that to this, and then I could do that. So I can just read over these really quickly. And I did
Audra,
add, yes.
When does this have to go to the city council?
Well, that is the next thing for our chair, Dorothy, is I would like to be able to take this to the first meeting in May, which is the second Monday in May. That's the next meeting. And usually our chair presents. So if you're able and willing, I'd like to do it that first meeting. It's not absolutely mandatory, but because it's already May, it'd be nice to do it that first meeting. Otherwise, we could do it the second. So
Okay.
as far as the date for the annual report with the goals, we are looking at May 10th, I believe, is the second Monday in May.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, great. So, and I did add a disclaimer in the kind of the paragraph. It's written for fitting into the annual report, but I did add that the PRC acknowledges that successful completion of these goals may be affected by budgetary constraints and the state of the COVID-19 pandemic. As you had said, you just wanted something in there that set the goals, but we may or may not be able to reach them. And so is everyone okay with that language?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yep. And goal number 1, continue to implement the outcomes of the Parks and Recreation System Master Plan and stay on top of park improvement plans. That one hasn't changed. That was one that you had, that I understood that you wanted to keep. Same with number 2 is continue to find new ways to engage the residents of Maplewood in community processes. And then same with number 3, offer special events and programming at a variety of parks and make arts and culture a priority. 4, ensure we meet the programming needs of the actively aging community and offer inclusive wellness-based activities in our parks. I'll have to add a space there. And then 5 was a new goal, was to hold a meeting dedicated to review the implementation progress of the Nature Center and programming task force recommendations and receive regular updates as well. So we combined that because that was maybe going to be 2 goals, but it was have a meeting, but also receive regular updates as we go along in the process. So does that wording sound good?
That's good.
Okay. Number 6 was value the youth perspective and recruit, appoint a student PRC member. We decided that that should be a doable goal, especially with the Zoom meetings and then going forward. So that one is in there. And then 7, I changed the wording on this a little bit because we had received annual updates from the MCC YMCA and then added community groups and partners as part of the whole task force recommendations and look for ways that we can work together. So that's tweaked a little bit.
Good. Yep.
And then 8, hold a meeting dedicated to connectivity and trails. And then we decided to keep number 9, which was explore the idea of consistent signage that utilizes technology in our parks. And the one I did take out was the bus tour because I know, but with the discussion last time that we had a little bit was just that I don't know that a bus tour is even feasible. It doesn't mean we can't do one, which is good. Just because it's not a goal doesn't mean we can't. But then just with everything being so up in the air, just took that one out.
Makes sense to me. Do we have any discussion or comments on the goals?
I have a comment. This I don't remember, youth perspective. It might be good to contact the school while they're still in session because it's not going to be very much longer and they're going to be spread to the winds. So I think we had a contact there. Was it Hansa? I can't remember. It was one of the teachers.
That was
there.
his daughter we had before. We had Mr. Hans's daughter before.
But maybe we could ask one of the teachers to maybe put that out there, or where we might talk to the what's the organization called, one where they have to do a certain amount of community service,
maybe the Eagle Scout that's going to have a program.
Yep, that was my second thought.
Are you thinking National Honor Society?
National Honor Society, I think, would be a good contact point because they have to do some community service. So
right, yeah. So I can make that I'm making a note here to reach out and be able to bring you an update back at the May meeting. Good idea. And then I think my plan was to also not only just reach out to the schools, but work with the communications department to put together kind of a PSA or something to get attention that we can put on our social media, and then we can put that on the city website, public safety, and even send a flyer, give it to maybe the math group, and just to see if we can reach out that there might be some motivated young people that are already active in the community and that might be interested in having a voice on the Parks Commission. So kind of working with communications to get the word out too. So going through 622 and then doing something on social media. The caveat is they should be a Maplewood resident, but I think we should be able to reach everyone during those ways, and hopefully we'll get some good candidates.
See, Audra?
Yes.
Does it make sense to connect with the YMCA and possibly get some information out through them as well.
Yep, that's a great idea. Yeah. All right.
And then as Craig was saying, and I was saying, I think wherever the Eagle Scouts are coming from, especially if you're going to be interested in doing a project in our parks and trails.
Well, that's a good point. Absolutely.
So you've got lots of places to find them.
Exactly. So I'll scroll up one more time. So any other thoughts on the goals, or again, whenever you're ready with your discussion, if someone wants to make a motion to accept, or if you have any additions, this is your time to.
Yep. Anything else?
I move that we accept the goals as presented.
Is there a second?
Gary seconds.
Any further discussion? If not, we'll call the question. All those in favor of approving the goals for 2021 for Maplewood Park and Rec Commission, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
We have no visitor presentations, any commissioner presentations? And then we'll go to Audra for staff presentations.
Okay.
I do have one question for
Sure.
Audra.
Yeah.
My wife was walking on one of the boardwalks, and it's a Ramsey County one, and there was some damage to it. And I
Okay.
guess Ramsey County should she contact about reporting that?
Yeah, and with them, they are also doing a lot of remote working still, and they have an email that is Ramsey County Parks. Let me look really quick here, because I had that question the other day. I called over there about some issues that they had at Keller on the boardwalk, and they said,
that's the one.
okay, yep, and they said just the general email was best, and then someone would get back to them. She said that was the best way to go. Otherwise, let's see.
So they've already been contacted about it?
They have. And it was, yep. And I reached out and I actually spoke to someone in their office, their just general line. And I said, who should it go to? And she said, email it to this, but she would forward it to the right person because she'd be looking for the email. So.
Yep. You've already taken care of it.
Okay. So perfect. Yep. Great. Right. Any other questions? Otherwise, I can do updates. I have some exciting things to share. And what I'll start with first is we will be having 2 new commissioners joining us at the next meeting, hopefully. At the last council meeting, they did interviews with potential candidates for the commissions. And we weren't sure if we had 1 spot open or 2, but Bruce Roman did not decide to get back to us and re-up. He had, to renew in April, just like you did, Dorothy, and he did not re-up for another term. And we reached out many ways, and so we feel confident that it's time to fill that seat. So there were 2 openings, and there were 3 candidates that applied, and 2 of them were chosen. I don't want to say names because they're being offered the position, but you never know till someone accepts whether they're going to do it or not. So I don't want to put them on hold, but I am very excited. And I will say one of the members was on one of our task forces, so they're already very engaged. And so I think there'll be great additions to the commission, and we will have a full group of 7 for the first time in quite a while. So it's exciting news. And so I will let you know as soon before the next meeting, I'll let you know who they are and get them set up, and then they'll be joining us and being sworn in at the next meeting. So any questions about that? Okay.
Is it true we'll be coming back soon? I thought I ran into Marilee and she thought we'd be back in person soon.
Yeah, I know there's discussion that starting in June, that first council meeting in June, so was it June 14th maybe, that they're looking at doing in-person meetings. I don't know if that's been for sure finalized, but I know that was the discussion. And then and if council did, it would be the 14th would be the soonest, but that would be up to the mayor and city council and what they decide, but that was the talk, to be
Okay.
back in person. Depending on COVID and guidelines and everything, hopefully by June, things are just continue to get better, that we will be doing that, so. Yeah, so that's the commissioners. And then wanted to let you know that last year, if you remember, due to uncertainties and COVID and budget constraints, we did not hire back any seasonals or casual part-time staff. And that was a challenge, especially for park maintenance. And but this year we were able to bring back the gardeners and advertise for park maintenance seasonals. And both of our gardeners came back. And so Brenda, our lead gardener, has been working since April 12th. And if you'll see her out on campus, she was out weeding and making things beautiful. It was so good to see that she was there. So, and then our second gardener will be starting May 3rd, because I want to get back from vacation. So that's great. And then we were able to hire 2 park maintenance seasonals, and I just actually offered the job to 2 candidates this afternoon. So we'll have the extra help with the weed whipping and mowing, and I think it's going to make a huge difference in the quality of the care we can give to parks and open spaces, and I'm just very excited about that. So just wanted to
And
give that.
Audra, Carol sent an email out looking for volunteers to help with some of the gardening.
Yeah, one thing we used to have more of were groups from Century College and work groups to help us with things. And one thing we are looking for is if anyone wants to help volunteer to spread mulch in the Edgerton Community Gardens. They open May 1st, and we'll have the mulch delivered out to Edgerton. We just need people to help spread the mulch along and help with the weeding on the paths, so we can get the garden set up for a good season this summer. So if you're interested, anyone can reach out to Carol Gurnis, or they can reach out to myself. And our recreation online email, and wherever you want, and just to let us know that you're interested. That would be great to be able to help with that. And then we'll decide on a day where everyone could get together and make short work of it if we could get everyone together. So she just was looking for anyone who might be interested. Because yes, the Edgerton Gardens are ready to go, and they'll be opening soon. And another thing I wanted to say was playground inspections have started. We do that every year, and I don't know if the commission's aware, but we have 3 of our park maintenance staff that are certified playground inspectors, and they have to take a quite vigorous course and pass it, and to be able to do that. And we have 3 on staff, which is awesome. So they've started to do the playground inspections, and if you hear anything from residents or see something going on at Four Seasons in Edgerton Park, the decking on some of the main decks are starting to pull away, and they're safe now, but they'll be dangerous soon if we don't take care of it. So we've ordered replacement equipment there, because we can't replace the playground yet, but we're replacing the parts just to make sure they're safe. And Four Seasons, we had a slide that cracked because that playground's over 20 some years old. So we're replacing that. So you'll see we're replacing parts as we can until we can get to replacing those playgrounds. So just wanted to bring that up. And we also, as far as the task force, just a regular update for you. Neil Brenneman, our recreation supervisor, and myself met with anyone. We sent an email out to see who would be interested in being in the follow-up after groups with the task forces. And Dorothy, thank you for being part of the rec programming task force after group. And we had meetings last Thursday just to get the group together and kind of get a feel for what they might be interested in. And Dorothy, I don't know if you have anything you want to comment on the meeting?
No, it was just nice to see such a good turnout.
Yeah, I was
we
really
spent
happy.
many hours on the task force, and that people were willing to spend more hours. I think it says
Right.
good things about Maplewood people.
Yeah, so just kind of trying to put people's energies where they're interested, and Dorothy is going to be joining me and continuing conversations with the YMCA and talk about what kind of programming and things they can do. So I appreciate that very much. And that leads me into an update with the Y. I can't remember honestly with the group if I told you that they have a new executive director at the YMCA. Did I already tell the group? If I did, I apologize. But
No, I think you told the task force.
yeah, okay. Chris Cost has moved on to another, they moved him to another role in the YMCA organization. So we will have another executive director. He just started. His name is Andrew Hoffman, and I had a initial meeting with him just to introduce myself. So we had a little, not a stall, but just having to get someone else new on board and get acclimated, and then hopefully picking up with talking about recreation and what the Y can do and how we can help them accomplish what they might need to do. So we started there again, and we'll just keep going and get in the groove and see, working with the Y to see what they can offer for Maplewood residents. So any questions about that? Okay. And then I just have one last update. I think I shared the flyer before, but this is Earth Week, and we don't have the set cleanup where we sit and hand out bags and gloves, but we're doing the plocking again this year. It's such an awkward word to say, but it means picking up litter while walking is plocking. And we're encouraging everyone to do it this week. And just for an extra fun thing, we have a Facebook event. So if you take a picture of you and your group or yourself picking up litter this week and you submit it to the email that's listed on our event page, it's on our Parks and Rec Facebook page, you get entered into a drawing for a goodie bag of all kinds of things. And we're trying to put some really good things in there. So all you have to do, you don't have to sign up for the event. You just have to send us a photo of yourself and we will enter you in the drawing. So that'll go through the end of this week. So any questions about that? No? And we've had some really good, just letting you know, we've had some people coming out of the woodwork just saying, hey, can I clean up this area today? Just had a couple ask if they could help clean up the southwest corner of Legacy, where a lot of trash always blows from the businesses and it's kind of yucky, and they went out and cleaned it up. So we're just so grateful for all the people that help us clean up litter and trash that we can't always get to. So that makes me very happy that we have a lot of residents that care about keeping the parks clean. So it's good to hear. So. And that is all I have for today. Like I said, the meeting was short and sweet, but it was important to get your goals established, and it'll be exciting to meet the new members of our commission next month.
Okay, thanks, Audra.
All right.
Anybody else have anything else they want to comment on or contribute? If not, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
I mean,
Move
motion to
Carrie
adjourn.
second. Oops.
Okay. All those in favor of adjournment at 6:23,
Ooh,
short meeting,
The
say
record.
aye.
yeah.
Aye.
Thank you,
Aye.
everybody.
All right. Thanks, everyone. See you next month.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
and we'll be in touch, Audra, about the council meeting. Okay,
Absolutely. Yep.
bye-bye.
Bye.